Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
All right, folks. Hope you are doing well today. Sorry this Lessons with Wesley is a little bit late coming out. I apologize for not having it ready. We had an extra kind of... The kiddos didn't have to be at school today, so I guess I relaxed a little too much this weekend. But Nathan and I got some wonderful furniture in, did some workouts. What did y'all do this weekend? Hope y'all had a good time. Hope you got to go outside and experience nature. Yes, it's hot. It's bloody horrendous, isn't it? It is hot outside. I went out for a nice walk, but that's about it. Enjoyed a fantabulous cigar. But anyway, so here we go. Lessons with Wesley. So Lessons with Wesley today is the High Priest. The High Priest inverted. Now, some tarot books, they'll call this the Hierophant, but that's the High Priest, so they're interchangeable. So here we go. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Next time you breathe in, folks, what is your intention? What is your intention? Do you have a question? Or you might not even have a question. You might just have, I'm just here. I'm just existing. I am opening myself up to white light, to positive energy. I receive whatever information comes in, and I will make that about myself, about my week, about my day. What can I do? What can I change? Okay, so here we go. Breathe in. And let it out. Okay. The High Priest. So I am using the Celtic Dragon Tarot deck. Once again, this is by DJ Conway and Lisa Hunt. One of my favorite ones. You know Wesley loves dragons. I have, even as a kid. I've got a wonderful, beautiful, like 5-foot statue outside guarding what Nathan and I call the sanctuary. And I just always love fantasy books with dragons and magic. So I'm using the Celtic Dragon Tarot. High Priest stands for facing karmic issues. Abide by the physical and spiritual rules or suffer the consequences. A situation may require you to make a promise or sign a contract. Read everything carefully, especially the fine print, and be certain you understand the terms. An inner spiritual teacher makes him or herself known. Dreams and visions and meditation or events in life itself make you face up to your responsibilities. So those of you that, if you pray to God or Jesus or Mary or your higher guides or spiritual guides, your astral companions. So reach out to them today and listen to that inner voice. And folks, you got to lower that left brain. Lower that left brain and get your left brain out of the way, because you start to doubt yourself. You start to, that's just me telling myself. It is. That's your higher self coming in. So sometime today, find about 5 minutes, 10 minutes before you go to bed. Reach out to that spiritual teacher, that higher guide. What do you feel inside? And don't doubt it. And that's the thing about we humans. We always doubt ourselves. And once again, it's getting that left brain out of the way and raising that right brain intention, which is all about the dream work, the spiritual work. Get that logic out of the way. Just get that out of the way and don't doubt yourself. And I always like to go back to the Rider-Waite book, and it even talks about that. It talks about it says knowing your strengths and weaknesses. It says what was once the task of the priest or the high priest now involves us. So how can I give myself guidance? How can I reach out to my spirit guides, my astral companions, and it might be your spirit guide might be a lost loved one that's has already passed. That might be someone. Oh, I know my granddad's with me. I know my dad's with me. He's never going to lead me astray. So it's about looking inwardly, finding that divine spark. What is that connection that you have with yourself? And it talks about spiritual experience. Every person who reveals what is sacred is a spiritual teacher for yourself and for everyone else. For success and happiness, the key, one's own competence. Now, it was an inverted card, so once again, I like to go to the psychic-revelation.com. I always like to go there. I love this website to check the inverted meaning. It says, when reversed, the Hierophant or the high priest is still very much about, quote, doing the right thing. In reversal, however, it indicates a more than normal level of confusion about what exactly the right thing is. The answers are within you. Even that is, you have enough information about the situation at hand. And this reversal suggests that you may need to dig a little bit deeper to find out what's what. Remember that the, quote, right thing is what is right for you also. The reversed high priest can indicate that others don't really understand where you're coming from or why you think a certain course of action is the right one. It is not always necessary that your nearest and dearest, quote, get it or agree once you've made a solid decision. So, folks, stick to your guns, basically, is what it is. Don't doubt yourself. Stick to your guns. I always like to go down to the spirituality meaning of it. As with the upright, the indication here is that you are or ought to be very much concerned with spirituality now. Even if you don't have a, quote, traditional religious belief, you will benefit from making a point to take regular time, even if you don't attend a traditional house of worship, to quiet yourself, folks. And that's what it is, finding those moments. And that's what I was saying the other day. Can you go outside? Can you find a wonderful place, to walk or to meditate? Man, here in Abita, we have a wonderful trace. And sometimes on my walks, I listen to podcasts, but maybe like half the time coming back, I'll just put it on binaural beats or crown chakra, different number of frequencies, and I'm just not trying not to really think. I'm just listening and just grounding myself and just being in the moment. So it says, quiet yourself, allow your spirit some space to expand, and once again, think about visualizing lowering that left brain and raising that right brain. To me, I think of colors because I can easily visualize colors. So I think of this blue bar going down and this green bar on the right side just shooting up. Just being visual, whatever helps you get into that space and expand that crown chakra. What matters here is the regularity of it. If it's daily, weekly, basically, folks, whatever you can stick to. No one's saying you have to do 30 minutes of meditation every day. You have to do an hour. No, do what you can, what fits your schedule. And then once you do it for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or a month, do you see changes in your life? Is your outlook, are these what your intentions, are they coming true? If you haven't the faintest idea of where or how to begin, well, then reach out to others. Experiment. And I would encourage you, reach out to me, reach out to other people on the Facebook Lessons with Wesley. I mean, that's a great, and I would venture to say that is a safe haven, a safe place to find like-minded individuals. And I can always If you have a question for me, I can send you in the right direction to people that I know are not going to scorn you or make fun of you. But, so that's it, folks. Finding time. What do I need to do for myself? What issues? And it said karmic issues. And we've heard the saying, what goes around comes around. Folks, put out that positive white light. Put out that positive energy. And I want to thank you for joining me on this part of the journey. Your path is unfolding moment by moment, just as it's meant to. May the wisdom echo in your spirit, the stone stir gently in your soul, and the magic stay rooted in your everyday. You are not alone on this path. Stay grounded, stay magical, and until next time, I'm sending you light.